A couple was once asked, what's the secret for staying married for so many years? That's simple, one of them answered. One of us talks, and the other one does not listen. And although that may be the secret to staying married, it is certainly not the secret to staying happily married. To be happily married, we must be quick to listen. We must take time to hear what is being said. James shares that idea with us in James chapter 1 and verse 19, when he says, "So then, my beloved brethren, let every man be swift to hear." I'm told that most people tend to speak at about 180 words a minute, but they can listen to some 500 words a minute. Therefore, many people become impatient and they rush into speaking before they have really heard what the other person has said. But you see, that only leads to disastrous results. Have you ever made a statement, a decision, or a snap judgment based upon an incorrect understanding of what was happening because you didn't take time to listen? I heard the story of a man who was in the doghouse with his wife, so to speak. So he ordered for her some flowers, and he told the florist to put on the card these words, "I am sorry, comma, I love you." But the florist didn't listen and omitted the comma, and when the flowers arrived, they read this way, "I am sorry, I love you." Talking about sending the wrong message. Well, that's exactly what happens when we fail to listen. Proverbs 18 and verse 13 warns that he who answers a matter before he hears it, it is folly and shame to him. You know, one reason we need to listen is because men and women are so different. You know, in many ways, men and women speak different languages. Often, what a wife says means something entirely different to the husband, and likewise, what a husband says means something entirely different to the wife. For example, when a couple may be driving somewhere, they get lost, the wife will invariably say to the husband, "Let's ask for directions." But here's what the man hears. "You're not a man." When she says, "Can I have the remote control?" he hears, "Let's watch something totally boring." When she says, "Let's redecorate," you know what he hears? He says, "Let's take our money and flush it down the toilet." You know what we have is a failure to communicate simply because of the differences between men and women. You know, we often interpret what is being said in light of our own preconceptions, and we entirely miss the point. That is why we need to heed the words of James, and we need to be quick to listen. Because if we are not listening, we fail to communicate, and that will only hurt our marriages and our relationships. My prayer is the Spirit of God would take the Word of God and change you with it today.